175.
Nice.
I just regained.
Well, you should just fight right on the bracket, because you'd be at the top of it.
Weird to have one.
Hey, me too. But it's nice to fight at the top of the bracket. I'm telling you.
I'd rather it be muscle than.
Okay.
He wound up.
Hey, when you're on top of somebody, weight is weight, bro.
Naga, he came in like at the basically the bottom of his one. I can't remember, but he could have easily lost enough to be in a to drop down again. But the other kid,
Yeah.
he was older and higher ranked. I think he was
Yeah.
in the weight class, but
I don't think you want to drop 20 pounds for the next bracket. I would stay at 175.
yeah, that's 20-pound drop.
Yeah, there's a 155 and 175. I think you should stay at 175.
Yeah.
When you're on top of somebody, weight is weight.
I don't know what the bracket is. Newbury,
Oh, yeah, there's probably a lot more weight classes.
I've got to call them to figure out how they want to handle this, like traditional stuff, blue belts are 16 and above, so I don't know what they do. Like, I know Malik competed in kids green and adults blue, but I don't know.
I'm sure they'll let him compete the adults.
But that's just his dad's subgroup in. I thought it was just a favor they were doing his dad.
Okay. I mean, it'd be really silly to make him compete in the kids division when he's 175 and blue belt. That's just dumb.
I don't know. I gotta, before I register, I'm gonna call and verify. I asked Jared.
What's up, man? Cool. All right, let's get 10 reps of the monthly flip. Have you seen the flip?
Yeah.
Let's turn. Yeah. Right. Turn. All right. Start from our tight base. Let's down. Weight goes forward. Knee tap. The boy just goes in. Get up. See our hips and children. Knee comes in. Steep belt. Punch the hook. Open him up. Under and side. Okay. Your side wrist control. Up straight. Pass off. Here. Take it this. Come out. Wrist to elbow. Here. Make our adjustment. You see this over, right? Okay, cool. 15. Am I rolling over to the other side? Yeah, push that hook kick through and then open them up with your seatbelt to make it easy to bring them over. Yeah. Now we're running our the straight jacket system. Yeah. So you want an arm trap here before you ever do this, right? Straight jacket. We're gonna look to trap our top arm. Yeah. Now we come out. There we go.
That was very slow.
Sorry. I've got 9 more. It'll get better as we go.
He did this like 2 or 3 years ago.
Oh, well, I asked if you've seen this.
He's seen it. He
From last week.
Oh, well, no, I take that back. He saw it last week.
Okay.
But it was that one day. So you're right. Yeah, he should.
Made it, Zachary. Another long, hot day.
Yeah.
Here, come run it on me until somebody else gets here. Let's just do it. Wrist to wrist, wrist to elbow.
Wrist to wrist.
Wrist to wrist, wrist to elbow. This lift, suicide thumb, suicide thumb. Not a grab, just a wrist. Okay, and then wrist to elbow. Just here. Include my knuckles to chest.
What?
For the my knuckles to chest.
Remember, you're
Oh, yeah.
putting his arm up, so it's both.
Yeah.
And you're holding it like this, flat against you.
Gotta make your chest. It doesn't make yourself, yeah, don't adjust it.
Pull this under your chin. Chest, fix the properly. It's up.
So here. We pull knees to chest. Extend. Last side to the hip. And then knees to chest again, top leg, top knee down. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Pull it to your chest. Don't let my knuckles leave your chest. Go. Or lead with the leg. Lead with the leg, flare the knee up. Okay, I'll not let your weapon the leg. Good. Knee to chest, knee to chest. This is your checkpoint. I'll stay on my chest. Okay. Put my head. Yeah. Just be heavy. Don't have to like have a lot of tension here. Okay. Just let it rest. Close this little wedge off. Now make the adjustment. Knees to chest as you make the adjustment. Extend. Now knee to chest, top knee down. Up and in. Up and in. Nope. Up and in. Okay, so I need to that's not at all. In a situation that would be possible. You need to get your head forward, get heavy. Yeah. Yeah, punch that hook through. Yeah. You have to, your shoelaces have to find the small weapon. Oh, this, I'm gonna work my way out of here. Okay. Yep, now go.
You don't remember that?
No, I do. With the knuckles? Yep, no. Lead with the knee, I'm flaring the knee.
Oh, okay, so that's one.
I know, don't pull this to you until I flare. This is gonna come to you if you flare the knee.
It works
Okay.
the same way.
Now I'm going. All right.
Give me a new puzzle.
Okay. have to make an adjustment yet. There you go, sir. Hand assist. Yep. So Chad.
Daddies. I like this daddy.
There's a guy at work that calls me that. He's like, instead of daddy, daddy, chat, daddy. I'm like, I don't know about that. I'll pick it up.
Yep. Okay. I got a phone. I've always felt like for some reason, I like traffic trucks are crazy. Red Jaggers was all of the drink. It does. It's Christmas color, this one. That's true. It's kind of like ugly, but to me, I think it matches, but I'm horrible at matching. So you fix every girl.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to that really good looking chick you brought in here like 2 or 3 years ago? I mean, she like watched you and was like, oh, this is good. I saw one time I was off. Yep, roll. Now extend me, and she goes. Maybe long, then I roll easier. Hey, but if you meet, you gotta find what you can't do. But you can kind of like take it or leave it.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It ain't gonna work out anyway. Yeah. Shoelaces got a fun.
So don't not look like that until you find this way.
That's gonna close off that circuit. Yeah, so that when the transition is still pretty difficult.
Trouble here.
Boom.
I would say that.
Yeah,
I cannot.
I was really like focusing.
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay, just went through.
I was not being a good person on the bed. Maneuvering myself right.
It felt like
Closest way.
very,
Even if you can't get this, nope.
yeah, not rigid,
Still
but
not
not like the super loose either. It felt very,
That's
oh,
what
yeah, just still, yeah.
they do.
That's
I was hoping you were gonna say professional. I was gonna say, what the-
Well, it was in the spirit of you being a mechanic, I figured I would say mechanic.
So instead of having both people on high waist with this, used to the elbow, okay, you're gonna belong this way with your.
Like, obviously, that's something to catch on the off.
Exactly, you're gonna need to be
But
more.
like, trying to get harder. Like,
And that's before you guys there. This comes over.
I had a lot of trouble with this the first time I was doing it. Yeah, I finally figured out for me. If I kind of like scoot or shrink away from him just a little and let him hang himself like a noose on that foot,
that's what I
Then I
did, take
can-
the shoulder out.
yeah, it takes it out of play.
If you just like scoot back.
Yeah.
Well,
You get screwed back.
And do that, it was like,
Because
I
this
did
looks like
this and then.
Really, they're on the other side.
Yeah,
On the left, right side. I wanna go on the right side. That's my right side.
That's my right side. The little sideways. Yeah. Yeah.
defend. Always,
Okay.
at least react, even if it's not resistance, at least put your hand.
I'm a lot less. I'm only a lot less than I thought I could.
How much you reckon? Let me guess, 180.
A little bit higher,
178?
176. It's crazy.
Oh, wait, 195 was a little bit closer.
Just when I thought I was getting close.
You look way smaller.
But I gained 10 pounds, so that way I would be closer to 205.
That's what that.
Oh,
I thought
I'm the guy.
I thought I.
I wasn't eating bad, I was eating a lot.
I went back to watch. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, you
So
can-
that kid
Yeah.
pulled guard all day. That was it. I lived my life.
Yeah, I know.
Because everyone in my division, all been wrestling since they were in middle school. I'm like, I figured that out first match. I was like, I'm cool. Yeah.
That's how that Naga kid was, dude. His warm-up routine, he was getting terrified. Collegiate wrestling.
It was like,
I got to say it on my first.
yeah, I was like,
No.
He did a sit.
push into the hip. Get on now. You get
Yeah, we did a beautiful single. It's like a.
Yeah.
I think it's
No, like, when you're back, that initial.
down. Get back pushed off the yeah. I remember doing that
He was
like
about to send me here.
we trained with it, that particular
I told him,
triangle.
it's like, you're
Yeah.
happy in life. I was like, yeah, I felt your hips just trying to down. Like, you didn't want to. Yeah, I'll be like, do anything else, I'll just let it go. Because it's like, really definitely took the light out of myself.
What was
Down.
the
That kid, the first match, he
He
didn't go wrestle or like something at all. I was like, what is he doing? It's
on
like,
the second one, he was like,
his coach basically told him to go to do wrestling. And then he came out and he shot straight in trying to wrestle and he wound up.
yeah,
I just couldn't believe he stuffed every wrestling thing that he was doing.
that works.
He connected double unders wrapped around his waist. I'm like, he jumped his and countered it and just stuffed him. And I'm like,
That's what they scared of, right?
Yeah.
Everything.
Fucking had some other tabs.
What's not, I mean,
oh, like, the whole throwing this thing.
With who?
Last week, Muay Thai, after his first, he had a pretty heavy match. First match,
Yeah.
he threw the garbage can.
Like, you look at it.
Off on the So it,
He looks like.
I think it's just part of it.
Hey, it really sensitive to adrenaline. Maybe.
He claims he was struggling during that Muay Thai match, so I think maybe could have been a little bit of that, maybe he gets adrenaline up. But they,
I didn't know.
Huh?
You're, do you want to do debrief?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know who else is doing it, but I'll make sure. You could. Yeah, you should work for you.
I'm doing it, yeah.
We got grapple.
When is that?
We got lots of stuff. coming up.
As that goes out.
I'm not saying hate yourself.
When's Newbury, is that in October?
August 2nd.
Nice
Might as well stay in shape. We got
Bummer.
grapple nights on the 22nd.
Where's it at? Is it at the Arc?
All right, let's get into, sorry, go ahead, Doug. Finish your thought.
I was gonna say, I wish they wouldn't put it at the same time as AGF. I'm pretty sure AGF moved their time.
Oh, it's the same weekend again?
It's not.
Yeah, it's not.
No.
that might have been just that first event.
I got the
Thought
first.
it was like permanent.
That first one, they were, but
AGF is in
I
September.
think
That's not an
because
AGF
of
in,
the
in August.
parade.
There's one in Biloxi in August on like the 20th.
Yeah, but the one in Jackson, I think, is in September again this year.
Yeah. Well, we got grapple nights and then MSGF. I'm about to announce both of those tomorrow, Wednesday. So we got 2 things in August, 1 thing in September, 1 thing in October, and we have ACC in November. If anybody wants to do that, but
we're
don't do that if you can't be
we're
here 3 times.
planning on
Yeah.
trying to do ADCC,
That one's gonna be a much more serious like practice
but
commitment.
like, you gotta get it ready, but
That's in Orlando.
Yeah.
serious.
If I'm gonna drive all the way to Orlando, we're getting our practice in.
Yeah. Yeah.
When is, when is sign up for that or ending? of the
Taking that trip.
I'll figure it out. I'm not sure, but we're gonna start camp in August.
Even if, I mean, I'd like to start, I wanna do camp, even if I can't make it, just in case I can, because I really would like to do ACC.
We'll put a ring or something, figure it out, but he's gonna do it. So I'd like to take it through, I need to take it serious through, I'm not gonna drive down there. It's like, that.
So I don't work at getting out of Penn these days.
Hey, let's quit.
I don't care how big that.
All right, let's work from, let's work from side to side. Start getting warmer, working on outside passing. I want you to specifically look to connect the ankles and start to control man, right? While you look at the move side to side. Okay, any leg configuration, but look, if I'm working my Toriando pass, and I do an inside step. If I want to change legs, I'm gonna switch to reverse Toriando grips. That can still fly high. I'm always looking to recollect the grips, okay? So if my inside leg goes in, I've got standard Toriando grips. My outside leg goes in, reverse Toriando grips. I just want you to float them side by side. I don't want to change levels right now. I just want you to set them on the foot. Okay, all right, 1, 2, 3.
So we're
Just floating side to side.
Just making contact. That's it. Mostly through controlling the ankles at all times. With our Toriando grips, looking to connect to his hip with our feet, and then we disengage and do it. We want to. If you go with that outside foot, we're going to put the reverse Toriando grips. But only you're stepping here. Right? Just step in here, and now we switch our. You might start with regular Toriando.
I got to taste your
Yeah.
foot, Matt.
Oh, did you?
I got a freebie today.
You put him on his butt, Zach. Okay. Good. I teach you the gungo at the end,
What's that?
or did you just do it naturally? The gungo that you just did. Somebody taught it.
Doing what I just
The
did?
Gongola.
I'm not sure.
You just did it. It's fine.
Maybe I just do it.
I was wondering if you, if somebody taught it to you.
Maybe. I don't remember. Or maybe I just do it. Whoa. Okay, do we switch after that or do we just keep?
Yeah, switch up.
Oh.
What's that? Put it down. Put it down. Connection right there. Nice. I like that knee pin, sucker. Switch those grips as soon as you hit that knee pin.
Oh, yeah.
That's not great. Yep. Or half grips in the first place, okay?
Yeah. She didn't hurt.
I was like,
Yeah.
I can move fast enough, maybe it'll do them.
30 seconds.
Yeah.
Hey, play with that Toriando leg drag. Where we have it. I want you to really, even if you're setting up on one side, I want you to play this from the other side. As he goes to recover, he goes
And
really
throw
kicks out.
The other side.
Play with that timing. Nice. Hey, we're gonna do this again. I'm gonna give you all a couple more little cues here, though. So I still want you to look. I always want you making contact. Like as soon as he's gonna be looking to make contact with you, let's make sure we make contact with him. All right. He goes to get connection. We work to get our connection. Eventually, and look, I can also remember we talked about this before. I can create
pressure without ever touching him, right? Just by threading the hip line. Make him take big explosive steps. Okay, big reactions as I take big steps out or feints. This is making him work harder than me. And then look, as soon as I can make contact of here, especially with the top leg, that's always my priority. Once I have my grips, now once you start playing with, okay, I'm gonna touch. Okay, I really like the knee pin that you did a second ago. That's good. You stepped in.
It was like,
He did this, but I want you to switch your grips now, because now we've got options. Kind of in our own way here, right?
Does this not leave you open for?
Not
If you keep
Not
that.
if I'm controlling.
Yeah.
Right. If
Definitely discipline with it.
if I don't have that far leg, then yeah, for sure.
You can step out and like just kick your leg off.
Yeah, if he enters, right? I don't want him to enter in the first place though, because I'd like to be able to step all the way out and around, or to be able to hip switch and go in. So, I also want you to play with. So I want you to play with getting the connection before he ever gets connected to you, and then playing in with stepping. Okay, if he makes contact, up and out, that's fine, no problem. We'll reset, backtrack, and then I also want you playing with. Once I have this connection, I would like to see some more of this where as soon as, so let's say I float to this side, he goes to make an adjustment. I'm gonna go send it further than you want to go and step in. I want to see some more of that time. Okay. All right, 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
You hike like if you're on the bottom, I want you
Hiking and running are two.
constant forward, constantly forward. We're gonna say this is PGF rules. You gotta have constant combativeness, I think is what they call it. Chad, start thinking about 2-on-1 on his wrist and elbow or anywhere on his arm. But put in his posture, balance. Think about where his weight goes whenever you pull him hard with a 2-on-1. There you go. Yep, follow that. Yep. Good looks, good look. The idea is good.
Even face? No.
15 seconds till we switch. Or keep going, it's fine. Top leg control always sucker. If you have to prioritize, pick the top. Switch if you haven't switched. If you haven't switched. All right, put him down, Tucker. That control thing. Always in there. If you feel in danger, like come on, there you go. Floaty hips, very floaty hips. Yeah, watch that concrete over there. Okay.
A booty kick, Gary.
Yeah. Don't be afraid to disengage, Chad. If you want to reset for more favorable grips, make it more harder. Constant forward, being constant forward. Constant forward. There you go. Yep. Up. Reap all the way through. Good.
Let's start it.
Good work. Flee the mat, Zach. Lift your feet, yep, get out of there. Good. You got that first now. Let's see every week. I think you got it. Oh, no, that'll work. Fine. Hey, get some water.
Have a
Get some water, boys.
Hey, David. Hey, sorry, not David. JC. David from Black Sails says hello, and he's down to teach anytime you want him to.
Oh, cool.
If you can't.
Yeah, I'd love that.
Yeah,
I need to get his number.
he told me that Saturday.
That's he's like a
Shorter
small
guy,
older
but he's kind of small, but he's
He's not old, but he's older, like
Yeah.
probably 40 or something.
yeah.
I think it's our age.
Cool.
He looks older.
Okay. I thought he was Todd's age.
He looks like he's Todd's age.
Okay.
Or a little bit.
Yeah, I need to get his number.
Or a little bit younger than Todd.
Like Chris down here sometimes too. He has a cool teaching style.
Teach. Yeah. Actually, never taught learned but Christo before.
He's super smart.
He is. He sounds like.
Good?
Yeah.
I want to make sure you get water. You've been out in the heat all day. All right, we're gonna chill out on the games for a little bit. Everybody's already super out of breath. We'll play some more in practice. Let's just talk about some side control. I've got some ideas of what I want to teach tonight, but I want to leave it a little open ended. Okay, actually, let's see. Can everybody come to the camera so I can teach it to one direction? We'll just rotate as we need to. 9 degrees. Okay, so first off, when we think about when we're in a side control pin, when we like, what's the main thing? Like, go ahead and get a good pin. Like, really pin me. Okay. What's the main thing that's locking me, like locking himself to me right now, keeping me pinned?
His arms.
Yes. Yeah, good. It's his chest for sure, his body weight, but it's secured by him being able to lock his arms. So it's a very arm dominant pin, right? Versus if Chad mounts me, now what is he mainly secured by?
His hips.
His legs, his
Yeah.
his legs. Okay. If he takes my back, now what's the pin mainly secured by?
Legs and arms.
It's both. I would still say leg dominant because legs are going to be stronger. If he only had his arms, there's no way he's holding me.
Broken
Right.
backpack.
What's that?
Broken backpack. Would that not?
Yeah. He can track me for sure. But I would say leg dominant. Legs are more powerful than arms. Especially if he locks his body triangle or anything like that. That's gonna really like wedge me in place. So when we think about when we were escaping the back, right? We let's just say we move out here. We hit our elbow escape. Okay, and then he starts coming up. The things that he left that he tends to like kind of have leaving behind for us to attack when we come out of like a back or a mount is typically the legs. Okay. Pretty hard for me to arm bar him when I'm coming out of back control or mount. But we're in side control. Typically, I'm gonna have access to his upper body to attack, but not access to his lower body. Because his legs are nowhere over me. Okay. So the two things to think about here are, from a defensive perspective, my job is to be able to separate his hands somehow. And then from an offensive perspective, when we're on the counter, it's upper body submissions. Versus we've been going into the legs for mount and back. We're going to be looking at going into upper body submissions here. So we're going to get there tonight. But first, let's do 9-3. All right. Let's talk about framing here. I know we've talked about this some, but I want to continue just pestering you on this because this is also what won me one of my matches on Saturday was just really good framing inside control. So let's first talk about this near side hip and this near side frame. If Chad crowds if he starts to climb up with his hip because I'm not disciplined with this position and he locks this into place, okay, now not only can he start attacking this arm if he wants, he can start attacking this arm, either arm. He's shut down my ability to really keep him from coming north-south now if he like really wants to smash through this because this frame's basically collapsed now. He also has opened up more space to where if he attempts to mount, it's probably going to be even more successful. So like nothing good happens from this frame getting overextended. Okay, so if he starts to really bring your knee up and really lock this in. You see, I can't get this frame in, right? The first thing we got to think about, this is probably the most important frame when we're in side control, in my opinion. The first thing we got to think about when we want to get this back is it's just not, if he's really like driving into me, he's pushing his hips into the elbow, I'm never just gonna be able to get this back right. So we've got to move our body. So I'm actually going to turn what feels like the wrong way. We'll start to walk into him and turn away from him. And see how my thumb points. Now my elbow can winch back into place. Okay. And I'm always targeting my elbow right there in the hip socket. I don't want to be too high or else he just scoots his hip up again. And now I'm back where I started. Okay. I don't want it too low because now he's just going to collapse my hand. It's very bicep dependent. And also, like, this just isn't really a frame. Like, this is a bench press. We don't want to bench press people. This is just going to lead to fatigue, maybe even like wrist locks or just going north south. Okay. So I always want my elbow right there. I don't want it super deep, and I definitely don't want it coming above the hip flexors. Now, also, what makes a good frame here is not having so much tension where I'm like pushing him, because frames don't push, right? I've got a greater than 90-degree bend in my elbow, and I'm just keeping, like, I've been doing this. I even did this Saturday. I was just like keeping floppy hands to remind myself, no tension, no tension, no tension. And it works, right? So there's no tension in my forearm here. It's purely structural. As long as I keep a 90-degree bend, Chad tries to drive forward, it's very difficult. Now, if he starts moving his body, changing angles, I have to move with him, right? I have to move with him. If I don't, then yes, he's going to collapse the frame. But I move with him. Yeah, I don't move my frame. I move my hips, I move my body. All right. So let's play with this real quick before we talk about the other frame. Let's get the frame, get it set. Actually, let's have him lock us in place. Bring the forward, drop it in. All right. I want you to practice just this motion of turning what feels like the wrong way, so that now I can bring my elbow back to the inside. And now I want you to focus on this greater than 90-degree bend. Once I get less than 90 degrees, once the triangle becomes acute, it starts getting bicep heavy and muscles start activating. Here, I can keep a lot of tension out of my arm and still have a really good frame. All right? That makes sense? And if he goes to move, we move with him. Right? We don't move the frame, we just move our body around it to match him. Okay? 1, 2, 3.
What's up, boys?
Oh, man, I didn't realize you were here, Josh. What's up, Grapple? I'm not rolling Grapple on that. Grapple flying.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna start.
Am I shorting everyone?
Yeah, so move your hips kind of towards him as you turn away.
Like this?
Yeah, you're trying to make your elbow.
Kind of crap. Yeah.
Let's see if I can.
Because when you said as you come in.
Yes.
But let really lock him in place, Tucker, so he has to move correctly. Walk into him.
Let's say
Away.
really
Uh,
turn in, not in, sorry, you're turning around.
Dude, we talked about
That way, really stretched out there.
No,
Yeah, or no, not really. No. Curved that way.
Okay.
You kind of just. So that is the position.
Bring inside. Okay, if he's super hips down,
It's like,
then you might have to do a little just like on which harder to something. He's super hips down right now. His hips are kind of high. But if his hips are, you're not pushing all the way to turn.
really trying to hit it.
You see how much
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, we,
My thumb rotates down. I only need like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not trying to create tension.
and this.
Kind of right here.
Use that tension though
Yeah.
by driving.
Like when you were doing extending your arm, right? Yeah, bridge. And then
Thumb down, rotate it.
don't get too
Walk into him and.
too high. in the hip socket.
Well, I don't think you can go, I mean,
If he's like really hipping into you, just him real low, you may have to
like, do a little long.
yeah, but see, we don't want our elbow to steepness, like
This.
can't wrapped. I want you to drill it out, you just get that.
Where you can't really move it there.
And you should feel his ball.
You can kind of get it in. Yeah, there you go. See, I feel actual space created there. So. Well, there's not this fast.
Everybody get a couple of these. We're gonna add to it.
All right, we'll move a little faster pace tonight. And like he was saying, like, I think that's too deep. You would want to keep it like. Less than 90 or greater than 90 degrees. Greater than 90 degrees.
Oh, yeah.
You're very much less than 90 degrees. Open that thing up, open that elbow up.
I don't want you touching your.
Try and do it. This is like proof point. Yeah. No biceps, it is just. It's all structural. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it
You want
fair to say that this is like a motion? I don't like it.
It's a-
I don't like it. Okay.
Yeah, it's well, I kind of did. And I would keep that tender and big on him, and I turn my thumb down,
Kind of get
and for where I'm still driving weight that way, but it's not in my arms per se, it's kind of supported by my body.
Yeah,
we do this. And that creates the space, but we like dummies. Slip back on today.
All right, guys, let's add to this.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about the next critical piece of his control, which is control of my head. So let's talk about this frame. Right now, if he, yeah, she's inside cool. All right, so this frame is solid, right? And real quick, actually, before we talk about head, thing on this near side frame, there's different configurations we could do here. You can have this frame. I want everybody to get really good at this one because I do think this is the best one to have. It's the most efficient one to have. But there are other configurations that we can use. We can elbow to the far hip. Okay. We can also go thumb post to the tricep. This is particularly useful if he's about to bring over for arm, isolating this arm or switching to north south, right? Because as he moves his cross face over, I go with it, then I get out of there, right? But what I want you, number one, I want you to be really good at is no hands, floppy noodle arm, elbow in the hip, because this is the most efficient. Okay, this is the one that'll save you in a 20-minute match when you're dead, or end of the day when you've already had 6 matches. This is the one that's going to save you. All right, or when you're me and you haven't prepped at all and you enter a tournament the night before, this is the one to save you. Okay. All right. This is good to know though, because you can always quickly transition. Even if you got somebody that's already, they really want that north south, you can, or they've tried to attack this arm a couple times and you shelled up, so they went back because he didn't want to lose the head. So now he comes back for the crossface. Right, yeah, he resettles, but now like he wants this arm. Well, now I know he wants this arm. Well,
I'll debate it.
all right. So just think about that. That number one, greater than 90. Anytime I'm telling you to do a near side elbow frame, right? This is what I mean. Spirit fingers, no tension. Okay. This is what I do, just because I had such a bad habit of like now I'm just like doing this. I was giving thumbs up to B-Max Saturday. Like just to let him know there's no tension here. We're good. All right. Saw that.
Yeah, I did.
So, because he was like, "You're working too hard." I was like, "No, I'm good. We're good. We're good." All right. So now let's talk about one more thing here. This is shutting down. Like, what is this shutting down movement wise for him?
We can circle north south.
As far like
Yeah.
his ability.
north, south, right? But nothing's really stopping him from frame wise from starting to work towards the mount, right? So if he starts walking into my hips, makes my knees point away, pretty simple for him to start mounting me, right? Conversely, when I stick my knuckles through, 8 degrees, either knuckle deep or elbow deep if I want, but knuckle deep, I don't even have to like push, just like having a concave body and something here. If he really wants to mount me right now, go ahead. It's very difficult, right? And you can't really do it. Keep going, keep trying. You can't really do it without balancing himself. It's really hard for him to keep his balance and try to go again. Anytime you're going into a frame, very difficult for you to keep your balance if they're resisting. Okay. So play with that as well. When we're playing some of these side games that we're going to play here shortly, is know that you're preventing him playing north south if you have a good elbow frame here, but you're not as much shutting down the mount. You can shut down the mount things like this, which I recommend. I don't recommend this. This is not super helpful. This is helpful if I want to escape side control, which we're about to get to. But if you're just really trying not to get mounted, forget self-framing, where I put my leg out to the side and I connect it to the floor, and then I connect my frame to my own leg. Now it's going to be a pretty difficult mount, right? You can collapse that frame like he did, right? And that's when I need to recognize like I'm in danger and I need to do something else. But as long as I have a good opposing force, I can self-frame, and as he tries to mount, pretty different. Okay. But play with that, and then start playing with, well, how can I use that to my advantage? Right? Just as we were just talking about when he moves this hand, because he really wants to attack this arm. Go ahead. Thumb close to the tricep. Push.
It's just like Marcelo Garcia's one of his like go-tos that I think he was famous for.
I think that's right. And then also, well, what if I want to funnel him into north-south? Well, now, if I'm blocking his mount, then the path of least resistance for him is north-south now, right? But as he comes over, okay, so now I can start playing with where are the doors that I can make him walk through, where now I can get some defense and then some countering going off. Okay. So let's play with that real quick before we do that other frame. I don't want to give too much. Let's get a few reps of this. I just want y'all to continue playing with, continue playing with this frame, you know, let him south and just like keeping it fair, play around here. Okay, cool. But then play with baiting him here and play with that tricep post and getting up and getting your hips out. Now my hips have to get out of there. Okay? If he's still over my hips, he can just walk into me and you're going back down. And then play with just knuckles coming through to the far hip and just keeping a concave body. Okay. So as he tries to mount me, very difficult. God, move my body with it. So it's not like my arms holding him down. It's reinforced by my body on the ground. There's definitely tension in my arm here, but I'm really trying to just focus on extending it versus like curling him and really like hugging him. So because it mostly works as he gives me force. He's not giving me anything, it's hard, but as he gives me force, good. I extend that arm and I'm walking away. And he off balances himself. So play with that. Play with them coming north south, play with them mounting. Just funnel them for a second. Just fill it out. Okay. It's intentionally kind of open-ended. I just want you to play with feeling how strong a good frame is and then feeling how you can set up their momentum to go one direction so you can capitalize on it. Okay. All right, 1, 2, 3.
I'm just saying. Only goes to, I guess, yeah. we don't want to extend like that, that you have to touch of his hips are coming out that high, then just connect your knee and your elbow. Like your near side knee. If you can leave your side of your arm back, that okay. If his hips are and his stomach, all his weight's up, it's not even on you, then just read guard. Okay.
So one thing I'm trying to figure out about this is like, when he's here and he's got my arm in, and I'm just like keeping it, letting it hang here, am I just like literally just letting it hang?
I am.
And could I just?
Yeah. Yeah, so you can. Yeah, you can. Yeah, this is also one of those timing things. Of like, as he comes in the case of, can you off balance him in that transition, go with the momentum? Or at a minimum, you must get your elbow to the floor so that he can't have it. So in case that doesn't matter. Okay. Right, if you get your elbow to the floor, it doesn't matter. But if you don't, you also need to think about off balance, you know. Because if he settles in case, so that's gonna be a problem. It could be a problem. Yeah, even sitting up.
Yeah,
even,
yeah, you
look,
can go north
even
south.
like you just north south and then like shell frames.
Yeah.
Like literally,
North south.
like so that
But you
don't make it.
Yeah, because you move this hand out.
Because here you get back,
So they feel that they can go north south.
Now you take it back.
Yeah, because you know you can't
If
go
you get your elbows
go
in
that way. Then you
Right
go
now, we can start thinking about if your frame's on the inside,
This
this
is
is
a
much,
direct.
right?
Yeah.
But I guess arm, if you have that underhook,
Up a little bit.
Yeah.
left arm, that's an
Oh,
underhook.
yeah, like that?
Yeah.
Now you've got. the
Yeah,
back.
that is all.
Yeah, yeah. 'Cause I'm just-
Right, so it depends on if he actually settled in case there's.
Yeah.
But the battle,
Yeah, that is a problem.
the battle case is always one by their side.
Created space.
If you can get it to smash that, you can't really get it.
Yeah, and
Don't sit on you.
even because if
And
you
if
had
it really wants
to,
to still sit on you, you
and I went from
have
that
a few sweeps
here.
for easy.
Yeah.
Once you're up,
Yeah,
that's-
'cause then I could just.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
because I think it's what you're saying. It's like a lot right here. You go from there or from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have.
Yeah, you just switch.
Right, so as he transitions, you're gonna
Fork
feel
on the road.
It's like that's switch defensive.
in that transition, as soon as the elbow across your head, you're sitting up, right? He's not just gonna fall, you're gonna have to sit up and like get to an elbow prop, get your hips out of there, almost like you're about to do technical stand up.
I'm thinking of like a place.
Yeah, it's very similar.
If you just move.
I gotta get better getting out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch that elbow placement, Camden. Your elbow's too low there.
I think, yeah,
It's a lot
yes,
more
to like that, and then when I go over here, it's this thing of this.
Oh, that's the other.
What's the sweep for here?
What
there?
So you can bait him when you go over for more. Left arm. Still like, yeah, like putting up there. Yeah. If he were, goes to put two. Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
So some of my sweat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, you could.
Yeah, I guess that's why they say never let go.
Listen, you can also speak exactly. You don't have to exactly what I said. I just want you to feel your brain being strong and being able to expand somewhere else. That's what I want you to like play with their balance.
Okay.
Good frames allow you to play with people's balance. Jiu-jitsu is about 4 things. One of those balance.
Yeah.
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 All right, guys, let's add to this.
Okay. Now, the next frame is really the one that helps me to start to clear head control, right? Because if he has a really heavy crossface, he's driving my chin. That sucks. You hear my voice change, right? This isn't really going to do a whole lot about that. This frame, right? This shuts down his hip. This is the frame that I really want to get back in order to alleviate crossface pressure, things like that. the principle that you need to remember, no matter how you decide to execute, is I want my head in front of his head. I want his head like on the other side of my head, ideally. So if my frame is not even there, it could look like coming up at the end of the lever, right? I'm not gonna hug him, but coming up towards the end of the lever and a bridge, right? Now, very easy for me to connect my knee and my elbow. Or if I have an inside like a reverse cross face, placement here matters, right? I recommend a thumb post in the armpit and then trying to work this elbow ideally to the inside. Sometimes you can't get it, right? Ideally, I want this elbow right there on the inside of his delt. Right here, though, a thumb post in the armpit, or you can also reach up through. Again, you can grab them, but really you don't have to. Like if you're just up here wrist deep, this is still a pretty good frame, and there's not a ton of tension in my arm right now. Right, so as he goes to try to pin me, go ahead. It's very uncomfortable for him, and I'm not straining at all. Okay, I've got greater than 90-degree bends in my arms. Okay, I can also, if he drops his head low, I shift, and I'm just pushing the head away, right? Leading with the elbow, like I'm trying not to like push and bench. I'm just trying to have a little bit of tension there and a greater than 90-degree bend. Okay, but at some point, I need to move his head to the other side. Okay, I can either guide him, or from here, if his head is the problem, his chin is the lever to the head. So if my elbow is on the chin, I can lift up, right? So this combined with a bridge will also allow me to connect my knee and my elbow. And getting out of side control is all really like highest percentage is really just about locking what's called a side guard. If I can make my near side elbow and knee touch, then I'm going to escape. Okay. This can look lots of different ways. Again, it can look like this. Okay, where my hips come out, I guide his head away to the other side of my head, and my hips come out to make a little space. It can look like inside, right here, where I send his head above my head by accessing that lever to his head. Okay, and I connect my knee and my elbow. It can also look like burrito grip, big bridge, and then a concave body. It can look like a lot of things. Okay, the principle is connecting near side knee and elbow and clearing that head control. And to clear his head control, he can't have a good cross face on me. His head has to be over here for him to have a good cross face. The minute his head comes even to be in line with mine, he has no cross face anymore. Okay, which means now I can bridge into him. The cross face, a really good cross face, good, shuts my ability to bridge into him down, which can make it difficult to actually get to a side guard. Because I want to be able to go that way to connect, right? So some kind of inside frame or a guide, anything to alleviate that cross face, even a little bit, is what I need to be able to start turning into him. Lastly, once you get to here, okay, once you get this near side elbow frame, if you can connect your knee to his hip and get your foot higher than your knee, you're going to escape at this point. It's just a matter of time. Okay, so at this point, we don't want to put our knee just into the rib cage. This is never going to connect. I don't want to go low. This is never going to connect. I want to go right in this pocket, right in the hip line.
Oh, okay.
You good, bro?
Yeah, I gotta go get fix a flag real quick.
Okay.
I'll
All right, bro. Have a good one, man.
if I get done with that, I'll be back.
Don't sweat, man. Okay. Look, once I get this frame, any kind of frame in here is fine. Even here is fine. As long as I connect my knee to his hip and I get my foot higher than my knee, now it's a matter of time as he starts to play. I connect my knee and my elbow. You see how it's just that little bit of a, I didn't push him that hard. I just guided him. Now my knee and my elbow are touching, okay? His hands are still locked. That's no problem. Look, here, once I'm here, now I don't need this frame anymore. It can get a new job. It comes to the inside. If I need to, I can also come here if someone's really strong. But typically, just from this bicep tie, lock your hands. Just from this bicep tie, I can post on my own foot and I can drive into his hips, and that's going to unlock his hands. From here, we need to start thinking about counterattack. All I'm looking to do is get my knee to his front delt. Once we're here, it's money. He can't hurt. He can't do anything to me anymore, and the offense is all me now. Bring my heel to the other side. Now I can start going on my triangles, omoplatas. We can start setting up. Oh, tap. Arm bars. Very tight arm bars. Sorry. All good stuff. Okay. So one more time. My bad, bro. You okay?
Yeah, I was just like, come on pretty quick.
All right, look. So here's the full flow. I know that's kind of a lot. I'm just giving you some principles. Principle, the head. Okay. Once I'm shutting the hips down, okay, I'm keeping him at bay. It's hard for him to close distance with me. Now it's all about the head and locking my knee and my elbow. So depending on where my frame is, whether it's inside, outside, that's going to dictate what I do. Okay. Or even if it's here and I want to bridge, anything, the principle is just how do I get his head off me just a little bit so I can alleviate the cross face and start turning into him. Okay. Combined with knee in the pocket and foot higher than the knee. This means any space I create makes it super easy for my knee to slide in. Once they're touching, however that happened, once my knee and my elbow are touching, now I can go foot to foot, lock your hands. Okay. He can try to hold it. I can even come inside if I need to and break the grip. And I do inside bicep control because he's going to try to come back in for it. And I get my knee to this front delt, heel to the front delt. Because this is holding him in place right now. Now my heel holds him in place so this foot can pummel out. Okay. And from here, we have, again, going into counters. Coming out of side control, the first counter is going to be upper body. The legs aren't there yet. So we have shotgun arm bars, triangles, omoplatas. Most people, he's going to start to stack me, right? We go for our triangle. He continues stacking. Gets out. We go straight into our leg attacks. Okay? Just some ideas.
But for now, just play with how to manipulate their head with minimal effort. And then connection to your elbow. Okay? All right, 1, 2, 3. We're just gonna roll right into practice, boys.